Hi everyone. Today we are going to debate on a particular topic. The topic name is, online learning versus offline learning. Uh, so, I would go in favor of online learning. For that, I would give some reason and the justification behind that. Why do I selected or opted for the online learning? So we have seen the pandemic, we have seen the many ups and downs in our life. Like it's in this era, the people are eager to learn and they grow rapidly. It's not like the manual work. It's not like the everything is automated, technology driven. So how fast you can build your career or how soon you can be a successful person, that is the challenging task for everyone, and everybody is putting their effort and they are making their life, and they are just they burn their light throughout the light throughout the night. So in that sense I would say the online learning is the best learning that everybody should prefer, because the first is flexibility. Flexibility in the sense, at any time, anywhere. There is no geographical barrier, there is no restriction on your time. So, as and when required, or wherever you are, you can log in or browse to a system, and to a website you can start learning. So there is no barriers, geographical barriers, no location access, nothing, no problems at all. First is the flexibility is there. Second is your accessibility. Accessibility in the sense you can access to the global education platform like Udemy. Like there are so many websites or the platform where you can just Google it or refer to that particular website, and you can within a single click you can have a good content or good lessons, so you can study. So in that way I would say it is fully accessibility to the global platform. It is not limited or restricted to a local area or the local institutes. Then third is I would say cost effective. The cost effective in the sense, you can save your time, you can save your money. The save your money in the sense by in the form of like transportation cost, in the form of your accommodations, in the form of your study material. Like in case of offline, you need to be in person, you need to be physically present at the schools, college, or institute. Or that if you are commuting there, obviously the transportation cost is involved, right? So if you are subscribing a channel or kind of online platform, then no need to commute or no need to visit there, or you can save the money as well as save the time. Then the third, the fourth is I would say, it is a self-paced learning. Self-paced learning in the sense, nobody involved here. You are the person. You can guide yourself in your own direction, and you can repeat the lesson or you can watch the video multiple times. If you miss the classes or you whenever you are not available, and the other time you can access to that content, and the multiple times you can repeat it. That will help you to revise it and practice it more and more. Then the last I would say, it is technology come skill enhancement. Skill enhancement and technology come skill enhancement in the sense I would say, like these days everything is automated and technology driven. It is not limited to your manual or traditional way of doing the work. So if you are doing something on online, that means you are familiar to the technology, and you are very user friendly or friendly to the systems or the devices you are being or it is being used. So if you are familiar to the system, then gradually when you go for a higher study or kind of practical training, then that time it will help you to manage the device or use the device very easily and conveniently. And the next point I would say, if you save the time, you can save the money. Then that time and money you can invest somewhere else, and you can do some extracurricular activity to share or upscale your career and to upgrade, make yourself as the next version of yourselves. So, and the last I would say, it is just a no kind of it give us a competition with among the others. Competition among the others in the sense, if you are learning online, that means you can see what is happening around. But whenever you are just going for a local school or a local college, your scope is limited to that area. You don't know what is happening around the world, what kind of institute, what kind of education systems around the world, and the world class platforms and world class education systems are there across the globe, but you don't know. You are just depending on the local school, local college, and their limited courses. Even if you are able to learn France, German, or Italy, or some other languages, or any kind of courses, if it is not available in your area, or the teachers are not available, lectures are not well trained, then how you can learn? So this is, you completely depend on your local school and college. But if you know, and if you want to learn online, then it is not restricted to your local. It is accessible to groups. Like whatever you want to learn, you can get it here online. So in that way, I would say the online is best platform where you can learn and grow more. What do you say?
But offline is best for learning than online, because student can interact with the teacher immediately, but online it can't. It's not possible. So the teacher is teaching, but the student can't concentrate. The if student are listening or not, we can't check in online. In physically, student will attend. At that time, teacher will notice is listening or not, what do something. In online class, student sometimes turn off the video and do something else. And if that time teacher asks, that time he told technical issue, simply you want to escape. That time it doesn't happen. That's why it's harmful to students. Online learning, online learning. Wherever we go, that time during you told pandemic time is very helpful, but there is no quality education that time. 2 years I do 2 years, 2 years online classes, but student didn't learn too much. Physical classes were only needed for learning. That time, student will not student can't watch too much time screen. Most of the time, on the pandemic time, student watch, but after going to school, they need specs. So many students get specs because of long time watching online school. Classes, parents will put that time they are watching classes for classes they take mobile, but watching something else. It's fun. That's why I am not supposed to learn online.
Okay, so respond to your first explanation, as you mentioned, rightly mentioned that first is the face-to-face interactions and the easy feedback from the teachers or lecturers, right? So think about the students who are performing well in the class. For them, it is a good, and it is for easy to identify their mistakes and what are the area they are making mistakes. They can rectify and they can progress gradually. But the poor student, when they get the feedbacks and they get offended among the other students, they get easily demotivated, and they take it in a different way. It is not like kind of face-to-face interaction and getting the feedback, sometimes it may be harmful and it may go in a wrong way, wrong directions among the student
that time he
and
wanted to learn.
then the student will demotivated, and sometimes they might lose their career, or sometimes they will prefer some different career path. So this is not the good thing. Second, as you mentioned, the pandemic. See, in that pandemic, everything everywhere was closed and it was shut down, right? That time, if there is a platform where we can continue our learning in spite of the or despite of the the shutdown situation, or despite of our lockdown situation, we continue our learning and we never stopped that. Then it was a good thing. What is the harm? That in the 2 years period, you are not able to go out. You are not allowed. You are not allowed, and you continue your learning. And somehow there are many service industries, they continue to provide their service on the platform. And this is not about the quality learning. This is about how you can continue. You can consistently perform your work. That I am not saying. You tell me, instead of sitting inside for 2 years, you at least you completed 50% your education. That is good or bad?
But I
No, I am not saying what is quality, what is.
That is also important, right?
So instead of sitting
After
quiet,
we can teach.
no. So do you think that 2 years without doing any task, the people can stop themselves inside a secluded room and they will keep quiet? They felt like they are reserved inside the room and without doing any activity. They can do their career, their future will be delayed by 2 years. They're just lagging there. There are many, the competitive students. Because of that pandemic, they lost their life and they lost their career because of that. They attend the 30 years, they attend the 20 years. There is maybe some age limit for for applying the forms and all. Because of a 2 years period, there is getting delay. That's the reason I can't say it is the offline is always helpful. Because of the online, at least they can continue their educations, and they also, there are many more students within the span of 2 years, they achieve the many degrees. So in that way I would say. And the third thing is, as you mentioned, that the screening, or the people or the students, they are using the mobile phone all the time. See, that is the mobile phone is good or bad, that is up to them. But how they can make use of it, that is the guidance that the students should give the advice. It is not the problem of the offline or online. The online platform is the best platform where everybody can engage and they can learn something in that way. It is not like because of the online it is now the people are getting impacted to our youth. It's not like that. I can't agree. I completely disagree. And the third thing is, I would say, if you have only the offline platform, then you need to commute there. You need to physically present over there. That means you need to spend time. You need to spend time. You need to invest your money. Then anyway, if you have not time.
Don't need to any investor. Freely we can learn.
No, I'm not saying free. Free in the sense. You think about say for higher study. No, for higher study. For higher study, you need to go to the city, you need to visit to the particular place, you need to stay over there. So your accommodation cost, your transportation cost, your study material. The study material is the biggest, or it's a kind of huge cost involved there. If you have online book or e-learning platform, then no need to buy. No need to spend the money on the study material. In that way, you can save time and money, and that time and money can invest in somewhere else. So in that way it will help. So online is the best platform, and online is the best and the best for everyone. I can't,
for example, you
because that is so online transfer, you are saying only the face-to-face interaction. I told you face-to-face interaction is only one thing, nothing.
If you take like a lab test, it's physically needed. We have to check and do. Online we can't do any lab test. Lab student, how can we learn any lab material, for example science, animals and birds, have to check in lab. How can we test online? How can we mistake and I can be identified.
No,
We can't
only
identify
for practical
sports.
No, I'm not saying that. Oh, I'm not saying that only the practical, for the purpose of practical you should always prefer the offline. Practical training obviously it is required. If you are say everybody
These are the learning, right?
I'm not saying
Offline is helpful. It's go to the
say
school that
it is
has
to the
discipline
extent
income.
if the people are involved in the vocational training or kind of practical training, diploma student, they need to visit, or for the medical student they need to be visit for a particular place or the lab. It is not required for all. If the person is pursuing some other course, no, I am not saying it is meant for 10% student it is required. For 10% people or for the purpose of only the lab test or the practical training, you always speak for the online or offline. It is not advisable and it is not justifiable at all. It is not relevant at all. I can't agree with you. I would say no. This is why I'm giving the reason of justification because of the practical training. You always speak for the online offline. Then this is not the case, right? The online is always available for everyone and it is convenient for everyone. That those are not living in a rural area or maybe especially for the girls or the women. They maybe parents are not allowed or sometimes they can't afford the accommodations or their educations. So at least they can start their education through online. There are many more institutions they are providing the trainings and their distance based course also available and they can complete their education. Now I'm saying there are many institutes that are not available in the rural area, right? Even if
Teacher will be there.
So
Teacher will guide everything.
I'm not. It is not the case a teacher. It is not the case whether it is available or not. I'm saying the people who are living in a remote area or rural area where there is no good school, no good college or for higher education, there is no platform at all. For them, it is the best way to complete their degree, right? So there are these days many states they are having only the normal government school and they are the class 12 or graduation. Up to graduation the education system is available. After that there is nothing, right? So how they can become more successful in their life by doing some higher course? In that way the online is the best platform that will help us.
It will not help us.
How it can help us? I am telling you, this is the way. Let's assume I am living in Bangalore. There is no good school or good college. Then how can I pursue if there is? Let's assume 50-kilometer radius. There is no medical college. Then I want to pursue medical college. Tell me. I am just giving you one example. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. I am saying there are many distance-based courses. It is available. I am just saying just one example. There is no specific. I am not strict to the particular course. I am saying there are many courses that are available on online platform that can be done through the distance-based. It is not the regular courses. So in that way, the student will help, right? So they can get easily they can complete their education through online. So instead of online or offline, there is no scope for them. There is no opportunity. The parents can afford them. In that case, how they can complete their education? So
what we do before generation?
No, before generation.
Offline only.
If there was let me speak far, let me hear me out. If there was no online platform, there is no question or there is no debate on. There is one platform that is called manual. That's the reason. When it comes to online, there will be comparison. Now, when the two parts came, then the comparison came. There was no online, then there is no question or debate on this, right? Then only everything will be one. So when it comes to the online, since the online platform is available and it is available for everyone. If somebody is getting benefited from them, then why can't we choose the online? That's the reason. It is the best platform that everybody should prefer and it is affordable and easy for everyone. That is in my opinion it is the best.
Learning purpose I can't support online.